Welcome to day 5 of the 5-day challenge. Good job. This is the last day. You're almost done. I'm so proud of you for being here. Yes, good job. This is amazing. How do you feel? I feel really good from doing this. Okay, so today we're talking about aligned action and getting into the knowing state. So you are trying to manifest something. You are currently manifesting something, but how do you know what action to take? So that's what I'm going to explain to you today. And then I'm going to explain to you how to get into something called the knowing state. So first of all, what action to take? The only action that we're taking with manifestation is aligned action. Aligned action means that you are taking action with the future version of you at the forefront of your mind. So before you make any decisions or choices throughout the day, you're going to think, what would that version of me do? What would that version of me do? And then the second part of it is, what can I do right now in this moment that feels good? That feels good. So for example, if you are like, what can I do right now to make myself feel good? If you're starting to feel like you're in a bad mood, or you're feeling bored, you're feeling weird, you're gonna ask yourself, okay, what right now in this moment could be my aligned action? Maybe I want to go make myself a cup of matcha. Maybe I want to go sit in the sun for 5 minutes. Maybe I want to read my affirmations out loud to myself. Maybe I want to call my friend and just have a good laugh. Maybe I want to cuddle Nova. Maybe I want to read my book. Maybe I want to creatively draw something down. Maybe I want to text my sister and tell her that I love her. What can you do in the moment that would feel the best? And then I want you to do that. I don't want you doing the things out of place of forced or I have to do this. I only want you taking aligned action. And it's really important that we start practicing taking aligned action, because when we take aligned action, that's how it's actually going to lead us to our manifestations. So if you're like, I don't know what feels good, well, you need to ask your intuition. What feels good? What is your intuition? Your intuition is the voice inside of you that's always guiding you. It's your internal GPS system. It's that little voice in your head that's like when you're driving really crazy fast and they're like, maybe you should slow down. That's your intuition talking to you. But your intuition's different than your ego. Your ego is going to be like, girl, you're not working enough today. I need you to be working harder. You're being lazy. When in fact, maybe you are feeling really tired and you actually just need to lie down for 5 minutes. Your intuition would say, honey, lie down for 5 minutes. You'll be all right and you'll feel better. That's aligned action. So we only want to be listening to our intuition on this. But the caveat to this is, just because it doesn't feel good going to work, if you hate your job, I'm not saying don't go to work. That's not what I'm saying. Because if you don't go to work, you're going to get fired. And your future self is going to say, well, why did you do that? Because now you don't have money and you created all these new problems for yourself. So aligned action means taking action in the moment that feels good, but only that the future version of you, only with them in mind. So how would the future version of you react in this moment? What decision would the future version of you do in this moment? If you could ask the future version of you to help make a choice right now, tell you what to do, what would they do? So you can also think of your intuition, I guess, as the future version of you, and this can also be called your highest self. You can tap into this advice, into this thing whenever you need help. That voice is always there for you. It might be clouded by limiting beliefs, it might be clouded by your ego, but it's always there and it's always inside of you and it's always working for you. It's always guiding you. It's just about quieting down your thoughts and really being able to tap in and listen to that. When I started taking aligned action, it changed my life for the better and it was amazing. Okay, so by taking only aligned action is how we get into something called the knowing state. The knowing state is when your manifestation comes to you. The knowing state is where we want to live at all times. The knowing state means you have a deep knowing that your manifestations happen. They are happening, that they have already happened, that they are done. Because there's infinite versions of you existing right now in the quantum field, and all we're doing to achieve our manifestations is hopping into a new timeline, into a future version of us that already has our manifestation. So the knowing state, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can sign up for my Manifestation Academy, and I talk about this way more in depth. The knowing state is the state where you completely surrender and you trust in the universe, you're not fighting it anymore. You're not working 30 hours yourself into the fucking ground in order to make a sale in your business. You're not doing that anymore. You're relaxed. You surrender to the universe and you attract. You attract your manifestations to you. Just your energy. You've raised your energy enough that it's a match for your manifestations, and without you even trying, it comes to you. It attracts to you. So you're calm, you're relaxed, you're regulated, and you have a deep knowing and trust in yourself and in the universe. Now, the knowing state is where you want to be living your life from. The knowing state is knowing that you're the operant power, that you're the conscious creator that creates your life, that you hold all the power within you, that the universal laws are always working through you in order to create things for you. You are the filter for the universe. You're the one giving the command to the higher power. That's the knowing state. And that's where we need to be in order to achieve our manifestations. And how do we get there? By taking aligned action and practice and repetition. You probably will not get into the knowing state tomorrow if you just started doing this 5 days ago. I'm going to be honest. It's going to take time, just like anything. But the more you surrender and you relax to this process, you could be in the knowing state next week. You really could be. It's just about relaxing and trusting in the process, and trusting yourself is most important. Trusting yourself. All right. So today, the practice that we're going to do is you are going to write down what would your ideal day look like currently in your life. We're not thinking about the future life that you're going to have. We're thinking about right now in your life right now. Let's say, you still work at the bar, or you work at the coffee shop, or you work at the clothes store. So you have to go to work. That's part of your day. But what would your ideal day look like today? And I want you to write this down on a piece of paper in order for you to have the best day possible, but just pretend it's a typical day. Like, yeah, all right, you might still have to go to work, but what would you do during this day that might move you towards your manifestation? What would you be doing? If you were like, yeah, that was a really good day, I know that I made progress, I want you to write down what that day would look like. So for me right now, running a business, I'd say my most productive day would be showing up on my social media, would be going to the gym, going for a walk, doing my own manifestations, affirmations, practices, and then doing something that makes me feel good and relaxed for the day that has nothing to do with work. So whether that means going to the beach, going for a swim, but taking care of my own mental health and not dissociating, but separating it from work. So I want you to write down what your best day would be. You can go ahead and pause this video and write that down. Okay, so now for your homework for today. This is your last homework. I want you to practice taking only aligned action for this entire day. Taking only aligned action. And I promise you it's going to be really, really fun. But I want you to practice this today. I want you to think before you make a decision, before you make a choice to do something, is this actually what would make me feel the very best I could feel in this moment? And that's what you're going to do. Okay, so that's your homework for today. And I want to thank you guys so much for completing this challenge. Be so, so proud of yourself. This is amazing. And I also want you to answer the question, did you achieve what you set out for your goal in the beginning of the 4 days? Did you achieve your goal? By the end of the 5-day challenge, I would like to achieve blank. Let me know if you achieved it or not. Write it down in your journal. You still have the full day if you haven't done the whole day yet. You can answer this by tomorrow, but did you achieve it? Let me know what you got out of this challenge. I really hope this helped you. And also there's a bonus 6th day. We're gonna go for one more day, and that will be down below. So thank you for being here. I hope this helped. Make sure you reach out to me if you'd like support, or you have questions, or you want to provide me any feedback. I would love to hear it. And great job. All right, I'll see you guys soon.